So today we have invited lots of different organisations from across Scotland, national and local organisations, to really raise awareness of the benefits of coppicing. Organisations like Scottish Forestry and the Woodland Trust. We have representatives here from Nature Scot and Lantra and Historic Environment Scotland, including people like the Beaver Conservation, and we have a thatcher who works up in the north of Scotland. He uses coppiced hazel in the traditional thatching process, and it's really useful for people to actually make that connection between these traditional skills and what we're trying to keep alive.
Well, there's nice stuff down here. This is the lovely pile here.
Coppicing has multiple benefits really in terms of tree health, biodiversity. It's great for community activities, and we use the sticks that we coppice in a multitude of ways.
We've got a nice hazel stool here. It is a fair size, but what we mean by coppicing is we're going to cut all of that off to ground level. Cutting it to ground level so that the new shoots, the new buds grow on the root collar.
And you can coppice any hardwood tree. So in Scotland it was mainly hazel and oak that have been coppiced in the past, for building materials, for thatching, for fence materials and all sorts of other things. You coppice by clearing one area each year, which lets in light, which encourages ground flora and insects, and that brings in birds and mammals.
So it's been broke up into different areas, which we call a coop. So coop number 1 there, coop number 2 over there, this is going to be number 3. And you work that coop, that farmer would have a field, and he would rotate that into as much the same, 6 or 7 years.
When we talk about rotation, we're really talking about splitting a large block of hazel into smaller sections and cutting one down each year. It's also really good for the trees that you coppice. They are healthier and they live for longer. And obviously you're left with a totally renewable resource.
So we use poles from the coppice to support the fence, and it's very, very effective at keeping the deer out. You can see if there's a hazel stool that's outside the fence, the one outside will be just browsed to, a foot or 2 tall.
The reason that we're here today is because we have a very small coppice ourselves that we manage on Glenfinglas Estate. We manage it predominantly with volunteers, so it's still very young, still in the very early stages of management.
I'm interested in supporting industry with all our uses of timber, right from very small diameters we're seeing here around local artisans and local markets, right through to the wider full-blown industrial wood processing in Scotland, so everything else in between.
Yeah, we're here to learn more about coppicing management, and also about coppice products and the market and how we can add a little bit more value to our site through coppicing.
The beavers were the original coppicers before humans came along, so I'm interested just to learn about it from that perspective. There's a lot of symmetry between what the beavers do and what the humans are doing, but the end result ecologically is just the same. You have a coppiced tree.
We'll use coppicing to enhance the habitat for all species, anything from the plants, myceliums, birds, mammals, the works, insects as well, don't forget the insects. It's making clearings so you get the light in, and also creating habitat for birds. We get willow tit down there, which is quite a rare bird getting nowadays, so, and then with the piles of branches, they'll nest in that and they feel quite safe.
Argument to say that industrial charcoal making took over in oak coppice because there was lots of peeled wood.
I think one thing away from it is a great opportunity to connect with those who are currently working in this area, and just making these connections is really, really vital and important to understand what the needs are, and therefore then to try and support resources that can amplify the work that's being done here.
There's areas of hazel that would, in my opinion, definitely have been coppiced, but because we've got that time span.
The opportunity for communities to volunteer and actually to be social is absolutely brilliant. So there's, in so many ways, it's a really, really exciting thing to be involved with, and deeply enjoyable.
We're in the middle of a climate emergency, and coppicing is a really useful way to start to address that. People can get hands-on and do something really productive. We want people to start thinking about coppicing in the decisions that they're making, whether that be a purchasing decision or a conversation they're having about tree planting. We want the woodlands to be seen as a place to come and be a part of a community, kind of reinvigorate coppicing in Scotland.